very good, but I think maybe your lunch is still settling. Why don't we try again and make even more noise to thank your loved ones for all their support. Thank you very much. Please have a seat. Now, as we look forward, we see a tremendously positive future for you all. Because research has shown that as graduates, you will be healthier than non-graduates. You don't believe me?
Sounds like a load of rubbish to me.
Apparently, you will smoke less than non-graduates. And if you can believe it, you will drink less than non-graduates. Not today. Definitely not today. But you will be more satisfied with your lives. You will be more tolerant and trusting of others, and you'll be more likely to vote. And if you have children, they will also be better educated. And you will earn more than non-graduates. Yeah? Nice. And you'll live longer than non-graduates. Even better. It does mean you've got to pay more income tax. Sorry. Rachel Reeves will be pleased. Now, of course, if higher education were easy, it would have little value. We prize your achievements today precisely because they are difficult. They've involved much sacrifice, and at times you will have had to find the inspiration to carry on. Now, many people have not had the opportunity for higher education. They've had to face different challenges, ones that defined them, and the times in which they lived. As Martin Luther King has said, our ultimate measure is not where we stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where we stand in times of challenge and controversy. Now, last month, we were reminded of one of the greatest challenges the world has faced when we commemorated the 80th anniversary of D-Day, the largest seaborne invasion in history, and a turning point in the Second World War. And I'd like to tell you about two people, Dennis and Brenda, actually my mum and dad, who experienced the challenge that the Second World War brought to their lives, a challenge which in many ways defined them and their times. My father Dennis was born in Rotherham in 1923, and when the war broke out, he decided that he would give up his plans to go to university. Instead, underage, he signed up with the East Riding Yeomanry, becoming a tank driver. And on D-Day itself, he drove his Sherman tank with his comrades Andy, Dick and Jack off the landing ship onto Sword Beach. Now ultimately my dad was fortunate. He survived the war, despite having experienced many of its horrors, tales he would tell only much later in his life. And he returned to Britain to work in the Ministry of Defence Library and Research Service. My mother Brenda was born in Sheffield in 1932. She loved cricket and books in equal measure. But the war saw her two brothers leave to fight in the Far East, both ultimately experiencing extraordinary maltreatment and hardship as prisoners of war. And my mum's father, in a terrible irony, his heart weakened in the First World War, died of a heart attack on VE Day itself, as he was running home to spread the good news of Germany's surrender. My mum was just a girl. Now, of course, in time, Dennis and Brenda met, and they married in 1956, and they went on, of course, to have a family of their own. My dad ultimately led the library service at the University of Swansea, and my mum, whose boss required her to give up her job as a librarian just as soon as she got married, well, in later life, she became a successful bookshop manager. Now, this story, of course, is very special to me, but it is, I think, an ordinary tale of an ordinary family. Countless other families will have similar stories to tell. But my mum and dad's stories inspire me. They remind me of how adversity must be met through sacrifice, how challenges are there to be overcome, and how one must never lose sight of the positive future we all aim to create. They have inspired in me a lifelong love of learning, something that in my own way I have drawn on here at BNU, supported by my wonderful university colleagues, as we have tried to make things better for our students, our staff, and our communities. Our university also aims to inspire others by showing how its own challenges and those faced by society can be overcome. And in the last year, we have accomplished much.